Hi everybody, I'm Matt Soares, the Advanced Services Project Manager over at Phoenix National Laboratories. For this issue of the Quality Examiner Tech Talk feature, we'll have a special guest from Olympus, Kyle and Brandon, and we'll be discussing and talking about some of the new features of the X3s that we've got going in our lineup right now. So Brandon, Kyle, why don't you guys introduce yourselves for everybody?
Sure, my name is Kyle Stelzer, and I represent the Arizona, Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico, and Kansas region for Olympus. And one of our great customers is Phoenix National Labs, and we're here with Matt. I'm happy to bring my tech here. Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, Brandon Wrights. I'm a senior applications engineer with Olympus. I've been here going on about 3 years, but have a little over 11 years of field experience doing automated UT and phase array and whatnot.
Awesome. So when did you guys roll out with the X3s?
Well, we did a soft rollout, which we allowed early customers such as yourself to get a handle on. And then officially it was about a year ago. We've been continuing to make improvements on it. Just recently we added the ability to do Teams meetings through the instrument. So you can now, yeah, it's great. So for instance, if you have a tech who might be a little confused or just have questions on certain inspection results, they can now share a link. And that link, just like a Teams meeting for a Microsoft Teams meeting for a corporate meeting, can be viewed. The screen can be viewed remotely, like as if you were to have your laptop, you troubleshoot it. And then Matt, as the expert at P&L, you could make drawings or add indications or arrows, and then you could have a collaborative discussion with the guy in the field.
Gotcha. So it kind of takes away from the whole I have no idea what's going on here, man. Let me go all the way back to Phoenix. So I can go talk to my boss, and then I'll come back out here in a couple days, and kind of troubleshoot and go through there a little bit faster. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. And it can also be used on our end. If you need some technical support from Olympus, we can hop in there and get you along and make sure we're all on the right track.
Okay. So real fast, I gotta ask. So Olympus is evident. I mean, where you guys stand on this?
Olympus shirt again.
Yeah, you definitely notice we're evolving. So it is the same employees, it's the same equipment. What we did was we basically, if you look at it from a Olympus corporate standpoint, the revenue pie, the vast majority of it is medical sales.
Yep.
So they said, okay, maybe it doesn't make sense to have these two business lines with their entirely different ecosystems under the same umbrella. I don't have to go through PPE training to learn how to take on and off properly rubber gloves.
I like it.
Yeah, so we're a little bit more industrial focused. So for the time being, we are Olympus doing business as evident, but still same great support.
Awesome. I like it. So what else did you guys roll out? So I know you guys changed up a lot of the pulsars in there and how they were all sequenced together and everything.
Yeah, so the whole instrumentation's been redeveloped. So new boards, the software, very similar software, but it's been redesigned from the ground up. So kind of guess some of the main things is it's now implemented with TFM FMC, which is a new process or a new technique of phase array, which involves, in simplest terms, firing one element, receiving with all the elements in a transducer, and then it goes through the array and collects a whole ton of data, and that's compiled and summed together to create a TFM image. So more or less gives you greater focusing in a typical inspection, right, with a given probe material.
Yeah, it's incredibly fast now too. I mean, compared to what the X2s were doing, acquisition rates are through the roof, no more fighting with black lines, data drops. I mean, you're getting quality data at all times of the day with it.
Right, yeah. I mean, at least twice as fast scan speed wise from the MX2, usually more, and data file size. You went from 300 megabytes up to, I think we're at 2.5 gigabytes now with internal saving. So a single scan can go a lot further, especially if we're talking, asset integrity, like corrosion mapping or large scale stuff like that. It definitely helps streamline the process.
Yeah. So what else did you guys put in here that's new? I noticed the fan. That was the first thing I noticed, which living in Arizona is the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, having an external fan is awesome.
Yeah, hardware-wise, there's a few improvements. So prior to, we used to run off SD card. Now it's all in an internal solid state, so much quicker, much more reliable. There is a secondary set of UT channels here.
Yep.
Nice if you're running TOF, you have dedicated channels with higher voltage versus going off a phase array splitter or something like that. But yeah, like you said, the fan, a lot of people look at that and they get a little bit worried about it, right? It's an exposed fan, but actually it has a higher IP rating than the whole instrument, so it's really not an issue there.
Yep. And if you're worried about rocks, it comes off really easily and you can pick the rock right out.
From experience, right? But the good thing is all the accessories are the same. Batteries, chargers, probes, encoders. Everything swaps right over from the MX2 SX to the X3, so no need to purchase anything additional other than upgrading your instrumentation.
That and the operating software, it's backwards compatible, right? To where I can take old data and put it onto the new operating software and whatnot.
Yep, yeah. So if you have say you had a weld you scanned or a crack you took a look at and collected some data on, and you go back out to that same job a year later or so, you can go ahead and pull the data up from the MX2 on your X3. You can even transfer some of the setups over and just open up the setups on the newer software. So totally different software as far as versions go. It's been completely redesigned, but it is backwards compatible.
Nice.
So your customers would then be able to call you guys out and say, hey, like we're trying to build a predictive life model. Can you talk to me about the growth rate of this crap?
Yeah. Okay, cool. What else we got going on here? It's fast. It's sleek, touchscreen's nice, got rid of a lot of the buttons, and actually the new operating system, the 5.0 line, is great. I like the way that it walks through all the setup, and it's no longer a separate like weird wizard.
Yeah, you don't have to press next through everything, and if you want to go and change one parameter, you got to go through every option instead of just single click, go in and change it.
Or you're sitting there on the gate screen of the wizard. I'm sure everybody's done it, and you did your full TCP line, and then you press exactly. That's gone.
Or even saturating, right? So having the 800% saturation mode, you can be totally unsaturated up to 800% screen height.
Yes.
You can have a signal at 799% that you scan on a weld. Instead of having to go back and rescan it at a lower amplitude, you can actually fully adjust that down to 80% with the 800% mode.
Yeah.
So it reduces the need to rescan, saves some time there as well.
And let's make the communication go both ways. Matt, can you tell us some of the ways that your customers are asking you to use this?
It's speed. How can we make this faster? How can we do this better? Rolling this out, we work in a really hot environment. We try to get stuff done. We try to get big, long lines done at one time. But we were fighting with that with the X2s, and now once we came over to here and made calibration easier, we were in and out with our calibration very fast. And then we get out to the job, we're able to go and scan and collect a lot of data very fast, and then processing it and looking at it on the new 5.0 system is very nice as well. It goes through the B-scan very fast.
Yeah, that falls in line with the new Omni PC as well. Prior to, on the MX2 with Omni PC, you had to have a software key, a paid license, and the only way to look at the data was to physically have that software license. Now, on the X3, we have a new Omni PC software that's totally free. So anybody can download from our website and review the files. So even your customers, if you want to pass along the data to a level 3 or anybody, they can load the data on their computer and be able to look at their assets.
Yeah, no more rationing keys out and who took the key and
right,
exactly.
Right. Yeah, saves thousands of dollars and makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, saves a lot of headaches and a lot of time.
Yeah, and that's also backwards compatible, right? With MX2 data.
Yeah, which is great. What else is,
it's got talking hardware, it's got USB 3.0 now, so transferring files off the instrumentation is a little easier. Talking on transferring files, it's also got OneDrive built into it, so if you have the optional Wi-Fi dongle, you connect to a Wi-Fi in the office on a job site, you can actually push those files directly to OneDrive, so you can just hop on your computer and review that data, or maybe Matt's in the office, and he can hop in and look at that data just via OneDrive versus trying to email large data files and whatnot.
Cool. Other than that, it's great. It's robust. My guys put it through some stuff, and it's lasting, which is very nice to see.
So for your customer, just for the customers who aren't familiar here, you guys are using this phased array unit for things like corrosion and weld inspection, maybe in lieu of RT or supplement RT or other methods.
Correct.
You guys can use it in the field, in a manufacturing environment.
Yeah, we've been using it everywhere, and then there's a lot of customization with it too. If you're just trying to figure something new, it's actually, instead of going to Setup Builder and having to try to do a custom focal law to get into a certain area or kind of resolve something a little bit differently, it's right here. It's right here at your fingertips. You want to just go back and you want to push your focus step out a little bit more because you're just not quite resolving it. It's always right here at your fingertips now.
Yeah, Scan Plan's a lot more usable in the sense of you don't have to have like Beam Tool, PC-based software. You have to pull it out and see, okay, where's my probe need to be in relation to the weld and where's my focus depth be? It's all essentially on board. So it eliminates the need to pull out a PC. And you know how you get on a job and they throw something at you that you didn't plan for and nobody told you about. So it allows you to kind of adapt on the fly.
Sure. So then the customers will realize a more flexible service and as well as a faster turnaround time, I'm sure,
Yes.
as opposed to
Yes.
maybe more traditional methods.
Yep.
Okay.
What else? You guys have anything new coming out? You think you could think of right now?
We can share without getting fired.
Come on.
Kyle mentioned some of the new features from 5.9, right? The OneDrive file transfer, the RCS, which is our remote screen sharing option, like he talked about. There are some other stuff coming in 5.10 as far as like some TFM calibrations.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be a special new TFM mode. It's going to be more particular to our X3 64 unit.
Okay.
It's a specialized TFM mode that we're working on as well. But yeah, there's things going to keep rolling out, and the development's not stopping, right?
Yeah,
So more innovative and cool features coming along.
Okay. You guys gonna bring back the R-Scan at any point?
Like the R-Scan array?
No, the R-Scan view. The R.
Oh, you're talking about like the beam display.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not too sure on that, honestly.
So I know you have the scan plan feature in there now. And, you know, I always loved it just to show a welder right away instead of like trying to draw out like a little picture for them where to go. You just show them. You're like, oh,
Right.
all right, okay.
I'm not sure where it is on the roadmap. I'm sure it's there. There's going to be a lot of things coming as far as customized displays and
nice.
different views and whatnot. There's talks about possible submerging and stuff, but I'm not too sure on that just yet.
Okay.
Things kind of change and develop over time, so it's hard to say what's exactly going on up there. But
We'll just have to come back.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And then you guys also rolled out a weld site
yes,
is along with it, right? Which
Right.
is just everything you can do on here on steroids.
yeah.
right?
WeldSite's the successor to our TomoView software. So TomoView is now going to be obsolete, and it's our advanced analysis software as well as data acquisition, but more coming behind the X3, more talk towards analysis usually. But this thing can be what we call black boxed, and you can connect it via Ethernet to a PC, and you can actually use WeldSite for data acquisition and analysis.
Okay.
So there is some benefits of using WeldSite for acquisition as well. You know, some different calibration tools and whatnot. But as far as analysis goes, yeah, it allows you to merge different data files together. So maybe you scan a weld, you only have a single-sided scanner, so you scan your 90 SKU, 270 SKU, you can merge those files together, acts like a single data file.
Gotcha.
Or even in the sense of corrosion mapping, maybe you have a large tower or vessel that just takes multiple scans to collect it. Whether there's
Stitch it
restrictions or your scanner can't get around, whatever, yeah, you can stitch those, flip them, rotate them. And there's also some nice merging and modeling features. So you can do data merging, you know, pushing 2S scans together for a weld inspection. You can also do some 3D modeling, you know, wrapping that data around a part, giving a 3D display, showing somebody that doesn't really maybe understand ultrasonics a little bit more of what they're looking at and understanding, you know,
for sure.
this is where this flaw is, you know, wrapped around the part.
Yeah. All that helps out a lot because, you know, we know in our crazy little heads of what's going on. Most people don't know what's going on, and you know, like I said before, as you're sitting there with a piece of soapstone, you're drawing, you can give that tangible, almost photo or a 3D model to somebody. They know what's going on, what's happening.
Yeah.
They're looking. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming in here. You know, we're really happy, and we love the units, and that's about it.
We're glad to support
Awesome.
you guys and look forward to doing it in the future.
Yeah, of course.
Glad to hear it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, everybody.